The next game we're going to talk about is the Sunday night football game, the Cowboys versus the Rams. And I was locked in on this one, whereas the other games I was flipping around watching like everyone. I was able to see almost the majority of almost every game I was watching. This one, I was watching every single play. And I wasn't disappointed in the Cowboys. The Cowboys were favored going into this by 3 points, and they lost. So did the Cowboys really underperform? I don't think so. There's a lot of things I actually really liked about what I saw in the Cowboys. Zeke looked amazing. Zeke has got a lot of slack. A lot of criticism recently for not being himself, being out of shape, for having a lot of plays where he gets 0, 1, -1, -2 yards on first down, putting them in bad situations, having Dak. This looked like the Cowboys of 2016, a healthy dose of Zeke. 96 yards, he looked powerful. He'll bust out for 10, 15 yards. He'll get the third down conversions. And when he got the ball on first down, he was setting them up for 2nd and 7, 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5. And so if they can have this is going to be a winning recipe for the Cowboys. It just didn't happen against the Rams. I really liked what I saw from Dak as well. Dak was 25 of 39, 266 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Dak's the leader of this team. And you could see it. It was so clear. He's in complete control of the offense. He was making a lot of nice reads, a lot of nice throws. He has an insane amount. They didn't have their starting tight end, so once he gets back, the Cowboys offense is going to be even more deadly. Aldon Smith hasn't played a game in 5 years, since like November of 2015. He was the stud in San Francisco, had like 13 and a half sacks in his first like 12 games. It was unreal. He's a monster, but 5 years off, everyone was like, no one was wanting to sign him. He had a lot of off the field issues. Apparently he's done really well. He's sober. But he had 6 tackles, 4 assists, and 1 sack. That's dangerous, especially lining opposite of DeMarcus D-Law. That's going to be a really crazy pass rush coming in, and they talked about it a lot yesterday. This pass rush comes in so fast, you have to get rid of the ball quick, or you have to do something like a draw where you get them upfield and punish them coming upfield so fast. And the play calling I really liked a lot too, because they didn't run it every play on first down. They were so predictable last year. As soon as it was 1st and 10, you knew Zeke was going to get the ball. They load the box. They run it anyways. No creativity in their run game. 0 yards. Now they're passing 2nd and 3rd down. This was not the case. They were doing screens, swing passes, short throws, a pitch to Zeke, and they would run Zeke, and it was more effective when they were mixing it up a lot more. So between Zeke, Dak, their pass rush, I really like that rookie out of Alabama. He had so many plays where he was there, he was so close, and then the receiver just made a better play. But he was there, he was very disruptive, he was a great pickup for them. And so I really liked Zeke, Dak, their pass rush, and the play calling. But the one thing I have to say about the Cowboys, why did they not take the field goal in the 4th quarter? They are down 17-20, and it's not like the game's done. Like, it's not like, oh, if we're going to go for it, and if we score, we win. That wasn't the case at all. They were down 17-20. They had a chip shot field goal. It's 4th and 3. I don't have this in my notes right now, but I believe there was like 8 minutes left. 8 minutes left in the game. Tie the game. Get your points. You don't know if they're going to come later. They assumed if they don't get it, they'll just like come down and score later. The score ended up being 20-17. So if everything played out the same, maybe we're in overtime, maybe the Cowboys win, but it wasn't even an amazing play call either for 4th and 3. So that's like the one head scratcher. That's the biggest thing that I think they should be concerned about. I don't know whose call that was. I don't know if Jerry Jones got on the phone and said, go for it. And they're on the road, but it's not like home field advantage is like crazy. There's not that much noise at all. So I'm not sure what to say about that. They have the Falcons next week. I'm really excited for this game. The Cowboys are going to be a fun team to watch every game. And if they can take all the good things that they got from this game, and this wasn't a Cowboys loss, this was a Rams win. And we're going to talk about that because I was shocked by the Rams. Starting off with Jared Goff, I did not see this coming. Jared Goff was surgical. It didn't, like, a completion felt like rare, and I know it doesn't completely show it in the stat line, but Jared Goff was super accurate. He was getting ball out of his hands in less than 2 seconds, letting their amazing pass rushers be almost a non-factor in the game. And I think this has a huge part to do with Todd Gurley being gone. Todd Gurley is an amazing running back. He rushed, I think, for 2,000 yards 2 years ago. He's amazing, okay? But how can you get rid of someone and get better? How can you get rid of someone that good and be better? Addition by subtraction. Well, I think Sean McVay is such a brilliant offensive coordinator, and Todd Gurley was such a good running back. It took all his creativity and all his ideas and all his schemes, and you kind of feel like pressured to feed your best player. And it's kind of like what we're seeing in Carolina. They're just feeding Christian McCaffrey over and over and over, and they need to start find a little bit more creative ways to get him involved, because you want your best player to have the ball, but you just don't want to give it to him with no option, because nobody can do anything with that. So Todd Gurley being gone put no pressure in the run game. You didn't feel like he had to get his 25 touches to be successful. And with that, Jared Goff was able to shine. He was able to make the quick reads, make accurate deep throws, run the ball. He took off and had like a few scrambles for first downs. And on defense, they made key stops. Aaron Donald looked amazing last night. He was so disruptive. I felt like he was in Dak's face almost every single time. Jalen Ramsey was doing his thing on the corner. That was a great pickup for him. They needed a lockdown corner. He did very well on Amari Cooper. And I just believe that Sean McVay with this new offense it's kind of reminds me more of like the 49ers. The 49ers have these undrafted running backs, so they don't feel pressured. They don't have a Derrick Henry that they feel like they need to like force feed all the time. But if the run game's working, Sean McVay's going to stick with the run game. If it's not working, you're not leaving an all-star player like with no carries and everyone's getting mad. So I really liked what I saw from the Rams. It was very surprising. This was a great game all throughout the quarters. Don't know why the Cowboys didn't take the field goal at the end.